Some of his DOGE employees have been doxxed. They need to make sure that they are doing appropriate vetting, because let me tell you that at least one of those that have been doxxed, has been flagrantly racist on social media.
It looks like even the putrid monsters who occupy the septic tank known as Fox News are having a hard time justifying Elon Musk's new employee and his long history of saying backcrap racist stuff online. It looks like this employee apple didn't fall far from the employer tree, seeing as Elon Musty is cozying up to the Nazi AfD party in Germany and of course the homegrown Nazis that we have right here in the US of A. Elon Musk was forced to let go one of his favorite racists when the Wall Street Journal came out with an expose revealing a ton of anti-Indian and generally racist statements made by the 25-year-old hacker. If you want to join the resistance against this kind of racism, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and like the video. It really helps out. Fox News and GOP strategists are having a hard time trying to spin this story as something that's not a complete train wreck. Nicole Saphir over on Fox News made sure to tiptoe as close to criticism as possible without offending dear leader.
But I will say, and I say this with caution, Elon Musk is tweeting or Xing. He's talking about how some of his DOGE employees have been doxxed. They need to make sure that they are doing appropriate vetting, because let me tell you that at least one of those that have been doxxed, has been flagrantly racist on social media. And I do believe that we need to make sure that they may be the smartest, They may be good with a calculator, but they need to be good people too if they're working on this. Right?
Yeah.
Well. You see how nervous they get when they start criticizing Elon Musk? It really goes to show who wears the pants in the Donnie-Elon relationship. But if Fox News, the home of these white supremacist troglodytes, is calling you racist, then you know this guy who was personally selected by Elon Musk has to have been saying some crazy shit. But of course they're not really upset that he said it, they're upset that he said it publicly. So let's take a look at some of the absolute mask-off comments that he made.
We should just know some of that reporting today, just to enter into the record of the individual at issue here who was apparently the one with access to the most sensitive payment system. This is from the Wall Street Journal reporting of this account connected to him. Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool. The account posted in July, according to Journal's review of archived posts. You could not pay me to marry outside my ethnicity, the account wrote in September, according to Wall Street Journal. Normalize Indian hate, the account wrote the same month in reference to a post noting the prevalence of people from India in Silicon Valley. So that's some of the views of the individual that has now been blocked by a judge's order and then resigned.
I don't know if you noticed, but he made these comments in September of 2024. This man was being openly racist like 5 months ago. So it really begs the question, was this just some sort of big mistake? He went unvetted? Or did they know exactly what kind of racist sentiments he held and hired him anyway? Or maybe even hired him because he was racist. Kari Champion over on CNN did an absolutely amazing job calling this out after the GOP strategist on the panel has a hard time defending this.
This is part of the problem that I have with DOGE. I think that, and most people who've talked about it, most people agree that this is a good effort to get out the waste, fraud, and abuse in government. But DOGE, being the entity that it is, and because for all intents and purposes, it is a presidential commission, and Donald Trump has given it much more authority than I thought that it would have. I think that people need to seriously consider whether or not in the direction that DOGE is going, there is no reason that this person should not have been vetted, but they weren't. And a simple, probably Twitter search would have found whatever the information, the offensive comments that the person made. That did not happen. And for someone who runs a social media website, the idea that he didn't vet his own people is concerning to me. And it speaks to why I continue to say that Elon Musk will be a distraction for
I'm
me.
really curious as to why we think this 25-year-old wasn't vetted.
We don't. I think the point that you're right. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what vetting
in fact,
they had. We're told that they had all.
I would even question.
I
would even question the fact to think that, in fact, he was vetted. He was the person for the job. He was what Elon wanted. He was the person he needed because they thought alike. I don't know how we don't know. Elon is a very smart man, and he is in charge of of X or Twitter. He bought it. He knows what it takes. You can look up anybody. He can look up anything he wants, quite frankly. Well, let's not all act as if he didn't have the ability to know who this young man is and what he said and what he tweeted, and perhaps thought maybe he could bury it. But as we know, nothing is ever deleted. We always sit here in this world. Nothing is ever gone.
And it came out within 2 weeks of him being in this position.
I'm very interested in finding out why we all assume that this man wasn't there to do the job that he was set to do, vetted and all.
The 25-year-old
maybe he might have been vetted by Elon Musk. My problem is that he wasn't vetted by the government.
I'm not implying. I'm in fact saying that perhaps that is the case. And the reason why I am saying that, because he also tweets that way, talks that way, X's that way.
Elon Musk
has
always
always
tweeted those racist
Let's
remarks.
not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Look,
you and I both know that.
Today, that is not true.
Let me just interject here for a second.
Notice how the dumbass Republican on the panel is trying to pretend that Elon Musk has never tweeted or done anything racist.
Thank you.
Let's just take a look at Elon's tweets real quick. Scroll down a couple of times. While ignoring Elon Musk, basically confessing that he wants to get railed by Donald Trump, his pinned tweet is a poll asking, do we bring back the DOGE staffer who made inappropriate statements via a now deleted pseudonym? And seeing as 78% of his idiotic supporters voted yes, I guess that means that Elon and his group of cronies think it's perfectly okay to tweet vile racist comments as long as you're doing it under a pseudonym. Clearly, Elon, the apartheid baby, has no problem with racism towards Indians or anyone else. I mean, shit, he pushed out his Indian coworker Vivek Ramaswamy before they even got started.
Elon seems to really like this account. They've gone by a few names on the platform, but they share extremely racist content that argues that black people are innately intellectually inferior beings. We actually settled this debate generations ago, but Elon Musk is helping to bring it back.
Meet Louis Agassiz, a Swiss-born American biologist who believed that the races developed separately and were of different origins. In his view, Negroes were of the, quote, lowest grade of humanity.
Look at this graph. It shows the follower growth of this account over time. And many of those peaks that you're seeing are the moments when Elon Musk engaged with them over the last few years. A simple response from Elon gives a fringe account like this one access to millions of users, drawing greater attention to these destructive ideas and earning this account tens of thousands of new followers. This page is part of a larger network of race science advocates on Twitter, people who use out of context IQ data and cherry-picked examples to make gross, sweeping statements about entire groups of people. And Elon Musk gobbles it up, pulling his audience of tens of millions of followers down the rabbit hole with him. And I'm not the only one who recognizes Elon's impact. They know that he's the best thing to happen to their racist ideas too, saying that he's done more to raise awareness for their cause than anything else.
So is Elon and Doge's behavior surprising to me? No, but it is surprising to me to see Fox News and GOP strategists push back on this racism. In a time where DEI is a bigger boogeyman than Al-Qaeda, I absolutely expected them to double down on protecting their dear leader, Elon Musk. Because if we're honest, open racism is all the rage right now on the Republican side. But of course, it always has been. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.